Hey Charlie, we're about to have a conversation. Are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm all ears. What's on your mind?
Charlie, you know that we do a lot of roof repairs here in Sydney at the roofing portal?
Yeah, I remember. How's everything going with the roofing business?
Oh, it's pretty hectic at the moment. And I went and had a look at a leaking roof the other day, and you wouldn't believe what I found.
Oh, I can only imagine. What did you find?
Well, I'll get you to listen to this recording, and when it's finished, we'll have a talk about what I found. So just hang on a minute.
All right, I'm ready when you are.
Green. So that's where it's coming in, is it?
It drips. Doesn't drip all the time,
Yeah.
but it just drips occasionally. But I've been up on the roof. Can't see what's.
I can't listen to recording. No worries. What was in the recording?
Yeah, so obviously a joint there or something.
Anywhere along it.
Sounds like a proper mess. What did you end up doing?
Right, Charlie. You've just told me you can't listen to a recording. So I will.
You're right, my. Sure thing. Let's talk about it. What did you find?
Charlie, can I ask
Got
you a
it.
question?
Let's dive into it.
Hey, Charlie, can
Of
I?
course. Feel free to ask me any. What's up? You sound like you got something on your mind.
Yeah, I do have something on my mind, Charlie. Why can't you listen to a recording?
Well, at the moment, I can't process audio inputs like recordings. I can help with a lot of other things, though, so feel free to throw any questions or topics my way.
Great. Okay, let's continue. So I had a look at this roof. The owner had been on the roof a few times trying to figure out where a leak was coming in. He had a drip in the ceiling and he couldn't figure it out. So it was my job to go on the roof and find where the leak was coming from.
Ah, the classic mystery leak. Those can be tricky. What did you find when you got up there?
Well, I'd say that you wouldn't believe what I found. And it's to do with, do you know Occam's razor?
Yeah, Occam's razor suggests that the simplest explanation is usually the right one. So, what did you find up there that fits, or maybe doesn't, fit with Occam's razor?
Well, that's really interesting because when we look at leaking roofs, sometimes it's quite complex. So we look at all the available options where water's coming in, and sometimes we look at the most unlikely spots. And in this particular occasion, it was a glaringly obvious spot that it was so obvious that we didn't look at it when we first started. So, how does that relate to Occam's razor?
It sounds like a classic case where the obvious solution was overlooked because it seemed too simple. With Occam's razor in mind, sometimes we can complicate things by looking for complex explanations when the real issue is right under our noses. What was causing the leak in the glaringly obvious spot?
Well, would you know it, Charlie? It was a nail hole on a metal roof. Someone had put a nail through the roof, and because the nail is rusty and brown, it blends in with all the other rubbish on the roof. And if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know that's where the leak was coming from.
Wow, a rusty nail blending in perfectly. It's funny how something so small and seemingly insignificant can cause such a headache. It's a good reminder to check even the most unlikely spots. How did the homeowner react when you found the culprit?
I think he thought I was a comedian. He was laughing.
I bet. It must have seemed almost too simple to be true. At least it was an easy fix once you found it. Did you have any other interesting jobs like that recently?
Yes, we had another job where we went back a few times on this roof. and there was a persistent leak that we could not find. We did a lot of repair work on the roof, and somehow it kept leaking. And guess what?
What happened? Sounds like this one kept you on your toes.
Well, this is another Occam's razor instance. So, have you got any suggestions?
Given the persistent leak despite multiple repairs, I'd start by revisiting the basics. Sometimes the answer is hiding in plain sight. Have you checked for things like clogged gutters or downspouts, cracks in the flashing, or issues with the roof's slope causing water to pool? Sometimes, even a tiny overlooked detail can be the culprit.
You've given me too many options here, Charlie. I was thinking of a very simple solution based on the rusty nail example I gave you earlier. So what do you think I found?
All right, keeping it simple. Maybe there was another small but crucial detail that got overlooked, like a tiny puncture or an unsealed seam. Was it something small like that causing all the trouble?
It was something small that we could not see. It was a hairline crack on the metal roof sheet, and it's not something that you see very often. And we don't know why the roof sheet cracked, because normally it doesn't do so. So it was an interesting exercise, and it took us a while to actually find the problem. So this is qualified as a failure in us using Occam's razor to figure out where the leak was coming from.
A hairline crack. Those can be sneaky. It's not necessarily a failure in applying Occam's razor, but more of a reminder that even simple explanations can be tricky to spot. You followed the principle by looking for a straightforward cause. It just so happened that the straightforward issue was hard to detect. Good on you for sticking with it and finding the source. It shows persistence pays off.
Thank you, Charlie. Thanks for chatting today. And can you give a description of who you are?
You're welcome, Jeff. I'm always here for a chat. I'm ChatGPT, an AI developed by OpenAI. I'm designed to assist and chat about a wide range of topics, providing information, answering questions, or just having a friendly conversation like this one. Think of me as your virtual companion, always ready to help out. Anything else you'd like to know?
When is version 2 coming out? Would you know?
I don't have any information on future versions or release dates. OpenAI keeps developing and improving its models, so who knows what exciting updates might be in store down the line. Is there anything else you're curious about?
No, that's all for the moment, Charlie. We will chat later. Thank you.
Sounds good, Jeff. Looking forward to our next chat. Take care.
Charlie, do you remember that we are the roofing portal and not Jeff?
You're right. My mistake. You're the roofing portal. Thanks for the reminder. I'll remember that for next time.